like, I don't want to go to college, so I gotta find something else to do other than being in school. So I was like, I'm gonna try this YouTube shit out. So I started. And look, let me drop comments down below. What do y'all start your outfit with? Y'all start your outfit with y'all shoes, y'all pants, or y'all shirt? I always start my outfit with my shoes. So I started YouTube when I was in 8th grade, but I wasn't consistent. Like, I was doing game and shit. When I graduated high school, I just wanted a challenger. I ain't know I was gonna be where I'm at today. I knew I wanted to be where I'm at. I didn't know it's gonna be this soon. I've been talking about this car for the longest. If y'all know, I've been manifesting a lot in my recent vlogs, and the time is here, bro. No cap.
On today's episode, we'll be talking about Quan, and one of the most important traits that I've seen he has is his ability to take risks. And we're going to be diving into that deeper in today's video, but I think this video is very important for anybody out there, because the main start of success is really taking risks. At any type of level, anybody you ask will tell you that. But with all that being said, make sure to get your notebook, get your popcorn, because this one going to be a banger. And let's get into it.
Bottle baby Gucci scrollers. Switch it up and I went global.
On today's episode in the new series we're starting, we're talking about Quan and his ability to taking risks, the art of him taking risks. And I think this video is very beneficial for y'all because I'm gonna break it down and some of the traits that I see in Quan that he does when he's taking the risk, and some things y'all can apply to y'all life, to make y'all life better, make y'all life not exactly like his, but you know what I'm saying, to the life that you want to live. You know what I'm saying? Where you can have the cars, the high rise and things like that, or you want a mansion, or you want any type of car, you can get it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be breaking down some of the things that you need to have while taking risk, because you could take a risk. Say you have $10,000, dump $10,000 into something, and that risk falls all the way down on you. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to give y'all the right things to do when you're taking risks. And yeah, but with all that being said, I'm going to give y'all a little intro on myself. My name is Rod. I'm a 17-year-old content creator and clothing brand owner. And I had the opportunity to meet Quan twice in my lifetime. This time was when he had the yellow Charger. It was, Challenger. It was at his pop-up event. It was Amont Kids, Sleazy World. If y'all know anything about fashion, the smaller fashion side, the streetwear side, y'all know Sleazy at least for sure. And y'all might know. And I actually got the shirt Amont on it right now. That's crazy. But this one we met at the DDG pop-up. Really cool dude, humble and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Very cool dude. Took the time out to get an interview. I would put it up here, but the audio got corrupted, so can't put that up here. But cool dude, you know what I'm saying? None of the least. But with all that being said, I ain't gonna yap too much longer. Let's get straight into the video. Number one, the one thing Quan does constantly that I see is he likes to pivot. And pivot is very important when it comes to taking risks. And just through me out watching him through the years, you could say he pivoted with his content. At first he was doing fashion content. Then he turned into the whole lifestyle content. And then he branched off from the lifestyle content. And we can even go and talk about his cars and how he pivoted like that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he had the XXT starting off. Then he went to the Scat Pack. Then he went to the Hellcat. Then he went to the Trackhawk. He had the BRZ. Then he went to the Trackhawk. Then he went to, I forgot what was after, I think another Hellcat, and he got a McLaren. Now he just got yours, he got supercars. But one thing he did is he pivoted from one car, and it turns out when he was doing his lifestyle content, what he actually did was boom, okay, he got a car, he did the content with it, then boom, he got another car, and just used that leverage and pivoted to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really stay content with one thing. Even with the Mopar, he went to the supercars. He went to the Lambo side of things. He never bought a Rolls Royce, but he has a Rolls Royce video on his POV channel. You know what I'm saying? He just constantly pivoted to different avenues, and that's really how he accomplished different things. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I think y'all can really take from that is just continuing to pivot. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if y'all want to do car content like Quan, or y'all want to do anything necessary. Let's say you want to do content creation, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when you have to pivot. Like, that's one thing I had to do. Because when I was looking at my YouTube videos, I used to not have thumbnails. I used to not make no thumbnails, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I had to eventually pivot to start making the thumbnails, start making better thumbnails. If y'all been a long supporter on the channel, you will see the kind of journey I've been through with my thumbnails. How I went from no thumbnails to low quality thumbnails to mid quality thumbnails when I was doing collage of certain people, and then I did the thumbnails I do now where they're more higher quality. Now they're simple, but they're more higher quality than it was before. So just remember to pivot, and that's one thing I really took from all the studying I did with Quan over the years, and especially today when I really look back on it. Pivoting is definitely one of the things he really did well. But with all that being said, let's get straight into number 2. All right, number 2, what I have for y'all, number 2, what I took away from Quan taking risks, and this is also very important, but he knew what he wanted. And let me elaborate on that because, he knew he didn't want to go to college. Since he said, I saw an interview, he said since 8th grade, he knew he did not want to go to
I
college.
started YouTube in high school, and I just knew really middle school. And I always told myself I don't want to go to college, so I got to find something else to do other than being in school. So I was like, I'm gonna try this YouTube shit out. So I started YouTube when I was in 8th grade.
But he didn't have to work. He didn't want to work for nobody. So you know what he did? He stood down, he stayed down, and he grinded on YouTube. And he has other ventures now. He has a clothing brand, and he probably does some more stuff on the side. You know what I'm saying? But those are the 2 things that we know him for. You know what I'm saying? So he knew what he wanted to do in life, and what he did is he really just grinded at it. And I want to imply that to y'all because when you know what you're doing, it helps improve your daily systems. Now, obviously, Quan wasn't on YouTube posting every day, and he still don't post every day, but I'm pretty sure one thing he did when he was still grinding is that he looked at the competition, he looked at the type of thumbnails they was doing, the type of titles they was doing, the type of everything that they was doing, and he was studying the game of YouTube, and that's eventually how he got to the point where he's at now, off YouTube. And with the clothes, that's just probably a hobby for him, and it's just not even considered like work for real. Not saying YouTube's considered work, but clothes especially is probably considered a hobby to him. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, know what you want to do. And that's one thing I can say really helped me because once I knew what I wanted to do, I knew what I had to do to get to that scenario that I wanted to get to in life, the higher purpose that I wanted to get to. So my thing was I knew I had time and I knew I wanted to go crazy on content. I knew I wanted to have an impact. That's the type of impact I wanted to have on y'all, and I'm still having an impact now, but I want to have an impact on a global standpoint of things. So what I did was I was like, okay, boom, we having time. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna post every day on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Not saying your daily systems got to be exactly like mine. They can differ, because some people want to do different things. If you want to impact the world by being a doctor, you're not going to be trying to get on here posting videos every day. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be there studying about things of being a doctor. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a vet, if that's your impact to the world, you're going to be studying things about being a vet. You know what I'm saying? So different things like that. But knowing what you want to do is definitely beneficial for anybody when it comes to chasing your dreams, but especially if you're on like an entrepreneurship path or you're on just a different path in general. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I had to realize. But yeah, man, number 2 is very important, bro. Know what you want to do, man. It's going to save you a lot of time and it's going to save you a lot of questions as you're going on the journey. But now let's get into the last, final, and third thing that we can take from Quan and his ability of taking risks. All right, man. Tip number 3. This is more financial side of things and content side of things. But another thing I took from Quan that I really think was smart is that, boom, he took all his what would be called stupid purchases and he used them to funnel more money into his channel. And what I mean by that is you may look at him and when he bought his Hellcat or his Trackhawk or any car for that matter of fact, you may look at it as like a stupid purchase, but you look at what he does, obviously that's better for the lifestyle content because, having a McLaren is definitely good for lifestyle content. But not only that, he made that a POV channel. You know what I'm saying? Now he has another channel. He has a second channel, a hidden channel where he just do uncut vlogs. So it's really just him with a camera and he don't really have to edit nothing. And that's easy money maker right there. Then after the POV channel, I think he has a gun channel. I am not too sure, or he's starting a gun channel. Not saying a gun is a stupid purchase, but I'm saying like all the things that y'all may look at as expenses is he funnel that into making more money off YouTube. And even in the past, when he was buying clothes and things like that with his Poppy Q channel, he funneled that into making more money for the Poppy Q channel, more views for the Poppy Q channel. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I really picked off him. And that's one thing I want to inquire about myself when I start getting more up there and things like that. Once I start getting the high rise in the cars I want to have a POV channel. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I do want to start making vlogs and lifestyle content for y'all too. Also, while doing this, you know what I'm saying? But he leveraged all his quote unquote stupid purchases into money makers. And that's one of the smartest things you can do. And I'm not going to say he's the first to do it, but he's definitely one of the people that I see now when I see other YouTubers coming up, they try to do the same thing. And it works. Like, I'm not going to give no YouTubers as an example. I was going to say some YouTubers as an example, but we're not going to do it. But Quan is definitely one of the starts of that, of having multiple channels, especially for the newer gen, the newer gen of things. Definitely having multiple channels and turning your expenses into more money makers and funneling them back into your business and what you want to do with content. But with all that being said, man, that's going to end today's video of Quan. I really hope y'all enjoyed it, and I really hope y'all took something about the video. And I said this with DDG. You know, Quan's not as controversial as DDG, but I still want to say this. If for some reason you don't like Quan, you have to take these 3 steps. If you say, oh, I don't like Quan, so I'm not going to take these 3 steps, you're moving so backwards. So backwards. Don't be so flustered because it's Quan. You know what I'm saying? Just chill and take the steps. With all that being said, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. I'll see y'all folks tomorrow. We're not going to do another episode like this until probably Saturday or Friday. Y'all will see the next episode that we do. It's going to be on number 1. It's going to be on number 1 on my list. But with all that being said, I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.